Hi guys, thank you for clicking on the video. This is Kanishk, and today we have Mr. Prashant Priyadarshi. He's a senior consultant at Deloitte, and I've had him because he is from our peers, like the group we all have. That this whole initiative, this whole podcast was started, and so I'll not go with the Avengers initiative tone. There was an idea to bring people together. That wasn't the idea. The idea was to create an initiative like a lot more people of the similar domain had accomplished in different niches, and we can bring them together and jam many ideas and inspire a lot others. So we have Mr. Prashant Priyadarshi, a senior consultant at Deloitte, as I mentioned, and so I'll not go about detailing what his job profile is and what he does. I'll call him aboard, welcome him, and ask him about his profile. So hi, Mr. Prashant, how are you?
Yeah. So thank you so much, Kanishk, for having me on your show. And sorry, like I have been kept you waiting for me to join your show. So, but thank you so much for having me on board. So yeah, my name is Prashant Priyadarshi, as you already mentioned, right? I'm working as a senior consultant with Deloitte USI. So right now my job profile, we discussed about the job profile. So currently I'm working basically in the pharmacovigilance domain, right? Where basically I'm supporting the healthcare clients. I cannot take the names here, but all the US big bang healthcare clients I'm supporting. So working on the platform modernization, cloud projects, leading a couple of initiatives on, you can say AWS, utilizing technologies like AWS, Terraform, Argus Safety X-Ray. So basically we are working to make the pharmacovigilance process more efficient. So working in the area of drug safety. Apart from that, I'm also leading a couple of initiatives on AI, ML, data science as well here in Deloitte, right? So that's a net of it. But prior to me joining Deloitte, I have done my engineering, right, from Sharda University in the year 2015 from Electronics and Communication Department, which is like different from what currently I'm doing. But this is fine. And then I started my career from TCS, and I have spent like six years, I would say, right, in my corporate career. And currently here I am on your show. Yeah.
Sure. So there are a lot more things you mentioned in your answer. You started your career with TCS. Generally, this is the case with a lot of people from like I'll say the not so popular colleges. It's like they start with TCS, Infosys, Cognizant, Capgemini, these companies. So and they end up at all sorts of positions, like be it an MS or maybe an MBA, or you ended up in Deloitte. So what has been your trajectory which you followed, and what has been like? What was your state of mind when you started your career? The packages, the salary compensation might be like drastically different when what is now and what is then. So what was your state of mind?
Correct.
And we had a conversation. You told you were also preparing for competitive examinations at some point of time. So
exactly.
How was like this completely electronics background and you now working as a senior consultant? How was this drastic change of 6 years, and what was this journey? Could you I'll not just, it's a lot more things to talk about in a 6-year journey, but in a nutshell, what was the thing? Yeah.
Okay. So I'll keep it very genuine, right? So that it can reach to the right masses, so that they can also follow. Although I'll say first thing before starting off, right, that everyone has his or her own journey, right? So you can take inspiration from others, but I will not recommend you to follow anyone. You can take recommendations, inspirations. That's the only thing. Maybe I'm good at something, right? But you are not. Right, you are good at something else. So we have to understand that point, and based on that, you should take inspiration. So let me talk about myself. So as I already told, right, I was studying. I have done my graduation from Sharda University and started my career from TCS, right? So TCS was also not an on-campus placement. Let me tell you, right? It was an off-campus placement. I got placed in Tech Mahindra from Sharda University, right? And then I was like applying for some off-campus positions, because we like if you're not studying in a premier institute, right, and if you're not in CS IT background, okay, then you do not get core companies at all.
Okay.
That's a fact, right? In case you'll get 1 or 2 companies, very small companies, right? So you do not want to start your career with, right? So that is the major challenge. And I've been talking to folks, right, who are studying in new NITs and all, right? There also I see this problem where people are studying in mechanical, chemical, electronics and communication, electrical branches, right? And they're not getting the right opportunities in terms of core companies. So that's where we started, right? Even my journey got started. So I had to sit for the IT companies that the college was bringing. So I got placed in Tech Mahindra, and then I was searching for better opportunities, and then I applied for TCS, right? Then off-campus drive, and let me tell you, we used to have this big bang session of people getting trained for the written interview of TCS, which is like a very basic interview, but still people are getting trained, and university was supporting a lot, right, in terms of getting people onboarded there. But the problem was that at the end of the day, we have like 3-4 folks out of 300, 400 people who have given the interview but selected in an off-campus drive. Okay. TCS is known for mass recruitment, right? But well, that company is visiting your campus in that case. If it is an on-campus placement, then it is completely a different game altogether. Let me tell you. So at the end of the day, let me tell you the numbers. The number were like 2 to 3 people got selected across all the branches.
Okay.
And I considered myself lucky enough to be a part of that. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how my journey started. And then I was from ECE background, and let me tell you, I have been a studious kid throughout my entire childhood. So yeah, so basically I was a district topper, like third topper in class 10th, district topper in class 12th. I was a topper of engineering as well, across all the branches in engineering as well. So I used to love electronics and communication. That's where I joined. I opted for electronics and communication branch. I did not opt for CS. Okay. So that was the main, because I had like huge attachment with physics. I used to love it, right? I still love it. But yeah, so that was the reason I joined electronics and communication. But the problem which I faced was like, I was not getting opportunities to give interviews in the core companies. And that's where I landed up in this job. But let me tell you one thing. So when I joined, so I started working. So I went on a training. I did not have much background in the coding. I only did C coding, right? I even did not know the OOPS concept at that time, because C does not have OOPS, right? I have never done C++ in my college life. Let me tell you. So that's a very important thing everyone should know. So I started my journey. From TCS, I went on a training wherein basically we got trained on a couple of technologies like .NET, ASP.NET, MVC, right? So that was like a journey for me. It started from TCS, and when I landed up into a project, so it was a completely different project. So that is something which happens with various service-based companies, and which people do not like at all. Like they are trained on something else, and they have been given a project which is completely different. So I was trained on .NET, I was trained on MVC, but I have been given a project which was on data warehousing, which is completely different, right? So, but when I started, so I took it in a very positive way, because TCS was like an off-campus drive for me. I knew like 2-3 people got selected, right? So I was one of them. So I felt lucky in that way. So I took it very seriously. So when I started studying about data warehousing, data integration, data mining, those kind of things, at the very beginning of my career, I started liking it. So मेरा जो derivation, or basically you can say like मेरा जो point है जो कि मुझे motivate करता है, right? So that is nothing but the passion to learn new things. That is something that you should also seek in whichever field you want to grow in. That doesn't matter, but what is important is that you should understand one thing, that whatever you are doing, you love it. So basically I started my journey, learning those technologies. I started working on them. In the meanwhile, I had a huge interest in physics, electronics and communication. I was a topper throughout. So I had my concepts brushed up very well. So I basically was preparing for GATE as well. Okay. On the sideline, because I had a dream to get into PSU. I was never into MTech or MBA, but I wanted to get into a PSU through GATE itself, right? So I was preparing for it alongside my job itself, right? So that was going on, and at that time I was working on the projects. I was loving whatever I was doing, right? But on the sideline, I was also striving for my GATE examination. I wanted to ace that examination as well, so that I can get into a PSU, right? But when basically when I gave my examination, right, I got a very good rank, right? But it was not sufficient enough to get me into a PSU, okay? So it was not a very simple journey. Understand this point, right? I have been working for 9 hours, right? I used to go to my office around 11. I used to come by 9:30. Then I used to study for 3-4 hours, right?
Sure.
And then I was devoting myself, right, into the office work as well with the project, because I was loving it. So at the end of the 1 year, what happened was, right, I started thinking, right, whether I should prepare for another year while working alone, right, or I should pursue my career in IT itself, right?
Yeah.
Or that was a very tough decision for me, because I did not want to get into MTech, although I was getting very good opportunities and offers, but I did not want to get into that area, because I was super sure that I do not want to do an MBA, right, at that point in time, and I did not want to do MTech. I wanted to grow in the industry I was working. So basically, then my journey started, and what I realized is that whatever I was working, I used to love it, right? And people say, see, now I will bring in the second perspective of product-based companies versus service-based companies, right? And I have been seeing various what I would say, videos, blogs on YouTube saying that product-based companies are better than service-based companies. You must have been hearing it. That's a complete flaw. The point is, whatever suits you is good for you.
Yeah.
You cannot say what is better just on the basis of salary. Yeah, product-based companies are paying well enough, right, to the folks who are joining right from the campuses. But that should not be the criteria, right? Because for different kind of, like I would say, for different type of companies, be it service-based or product-based, the expectations are different. The requirements are different. Maybe a person who is very good as a software developer, right, might not be a very good consultant. Getting my point? So that is a very important point one should keep in mind, right? So when we say na कि ये product-based company में जाना है या service-based company में जाना है, that is a complete flaw. So you decide what you want. Everything is good if you are loving it, if you have a passion, if you have a zeal to do it, right? So that is very important.
Definitely, sir, you said that the product-based companies can be, differentiated on the service-based company. What I get from you, like service-based company, you get a lot of diversity. You're working on different, all sort of projects, like data warehousing. We talked about .NET, and product-based company might be a big cog in the wheel of a giant tech horse, probably. Yeah. And you'll be working on a small feature, fixing small bugs. So I guess the learning curve might be way more steep in the context you talked about. So I'll just. Yeah, so sir, I'll just ask you, while you were preparing for all these examinations and at this point of time, so how was it like when it's like you're studying in the like all day long, you're studying like data warehousing, data mining, and implementing that in your project, and at night you're preparing for an examination of that sort, and that too for PSUs you need like all the top notch ranks. So how are you like dealing with all that multiple information and sorting it out in your brain? What was your like state of mind at that point in time? Yeah,
that's a very good question, actually, Ganesh, and that was one big of a challenge, I would say, for me. Right? So that first year of me working in TCS was hell, because I was like I told, like I was working for 9 hours and then I was studying, right? And it was not like you were studying for something which is like a semester examination or a college examination. You're studying for a competitive examination, which is altogether a different ballgame. So you need to understand that, so an IT software development is a completely different thing. I was, at the night I was reading about transistors, semiconductors, right? So that is not at all easy for me. But see, like I said, like I have passion to learn always. बहुत लोगों को लगेगा कि मैं यहाँ ज्ञान दे रहा हूँ, but that's a fact. That's a fact. When I used to come, I still remember, right? When I started studying, मैं जब तक पढ़ता रहता था, ठीक है, मुझे नींद नहीं आती थी. That's a fact. And I used to close my notes, right? And I used to close my books and everything by 2:30, 3 a.m. in the midnight, and then I used to go to sleep. So वो बहुत important है कि तुमको क्या चाहिए, and if you are basically
how desperately you want it.
Plus, and you love what you do, right? That is very important. Let me tell you. Let me give you one example. So मैं क्या देखता हूँ? Let me be very informal now. तो मैं क्या देखता हूँ when I have joined TCS, I have seen various type of people, right? I have seen people who have like 5-6 years of experience, but they are working on the same tech from the very beginning. They do not have that zeal to change or to learn new things. They are okay with whatever they are doing. They'll come on time. They'll log off on time, right? And they're doing the same thing they want to do. But that's not the corporate world is. Basically, it operates in a completely different way. So you have to continuously learn, right? Till the time you're working, you have to learn, right? You have to upskill yourself. So that is very important. So I decided one thing when I joined TCS, that I will run something else apart from what I have been working on.
Okay.
So basically, every year what I do, I pick up a technology apart from what I've been working on as a part of the projects. I pick up one technology, I devote my my additional hours on it, right? Maybe sometimes I spend learning about a couple of hours over the weekend, or I can learn about it like a couple of hours over the weekdays as well, depending upon the bandwidth I have, right? But so that's how I take it. So that is very important. So basically, when I was saying like, तो जो मैं दो चीज कर रहा था, right? I was doing gate preparation, I was doing my regular job in TCS, right? So I was learning two different type of things. I was trying to have them onboarded in my mind itself, right? So वो चीज थी. At the end of the year, I gave my examination. It was all good. I got a good rank, but it was not sufficient for BSU. So I dropped that idea. I had a couple of discussions with my brother as well, with a couple of my friends as well. And then I decided, no, I'll pursue my career in IT itself because I love what I am doing. I understood that point, right? So when that gate part was over, right, I had to pick up something because I had that thing right in mind. So from that time onwards, I started learning something else, right? Some new technologies in IT itself that will help me. Sure. And to be honest, let me tell you, when I started with my second project in TCS, right, I was having 8-9 months of experience, right? There was, I'll not take the names here, but there was a lead. She was not willing to take me, saying that he's only 8 or 9 months of experience, and we are going to develop a solution which is on the BI tools, and we do not have the required expertise on the BI tools like Tableau and all, right? The entire domain or the entire area that we were working on. So Tableau was coming in for that client very early. No one has worked on that tool earlier. So that was the first project we were dealing with, right? So what happened, like she was also reluctant, but there were a couple of senior folks who supported me and I joined that project, right? So when I joined that project, I started learning about it and I was implementing it the same day, right? Okay. So that was a very, very exponential learning curve for me. And at the end of the day, let me tell you, I left TCS when I was having like 2.5 years of experience. So when I used to have like 2 years of experience, right? Then I used to give training to the folks who were having like 5 or 6 years of experience. Okay. Because I was the first guy who implemented something on Tableau. I got the appreciation from the IT director of the client, right? And that project became a benchmark for any other project to basically follow. Yeah, exactly.
So another thing I wanted to ask you, so you're working on such varied tech stacks, right? And now you're working as a consultant. Yeah. So like this whole journey, like and you said you had no prior interest in doing an MTech or an MBA. So generally what I have seen on LinkedIn or maybe any other profile is people who have had an MBA, they are probably working as a senior consultant at Deloitte, or maybe your colleagues might be MBA from different domains. So
yes, they are.
So you are essentially working on the same thing. So how does a master's degree actually help, or like what do you see in the hindsight? How helpful it is for anyone who is like in his third year or maybe final year, and not from a primary institute?
Okay, so that's a good question. So what I would say, it does help. I will not say it does not, but it will help for sure. But it completely depends on the individual. Okay. So degree is something that will take you or that will help you grab a job. Okay. I always say this. If you are from a premier institute, maybe you have done your engineering from a premier institute, you'll get a lot of opportunities in your campus only. And the degree or the MBA colleges, BE schools as well, right? It will help you get into salary, right? It will help you get into that job, right? And people who are from good B schools and good engineering colleges as well, they are very smart enough. I will not deny this fact, right? But once you are there in the corporate, so that's a completely different game. Now your degree has landed up to you, landed you up in this particular job. Now from now onwards, it's you and your skills. Nothing else matters, right? So as you grow in your career, right, what happens is like जैसे जैसे तुम्हारा एक्सपीरियंस बढ़ेगा ना, डिग्री का कोई मैटर नहीं करता, कुछ भी मैटर नहीं करता डिग्री, ठीक है? एट द एंड ऑफ द डे व्हाट मैटर्स इज द स्किल. People are looking out for people who are skilled, right? And these days you have seen like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, these guys are hiring people who are not even graduate, right?
Yeah.
Who have the required skills. So degree is something which can take you to certain place, like which will land you up in a job, but from there onwards you have to design your own journey. So if you talk about myself, so what I have done throughout the years, I have been working hard on the projects. I have been learning out of it. एक चीज बताता हूँ, बहुत फैक्ट है. बस तुम प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करते रहोगे ना, you'll only learn 30% of the entire thing.
Okay.
It's like a tip of the iceberg. तो जो पूरा iceberg है, it is lying beneath the ocean, right? So for that to be explored, you have to learn, you have to explore on your own. 30% is the learning from project. Very important fact I'm telling you. No one will tell you these facts, but this is very important. This is from my experience I'm telling you. If I'm only working on project, Ganesh, correct? And what I would say, like I'll go and sit for interview, I might not be able to clear it because there is a lot more that is needed, that is being demanded in the market than what I have been working on. So it's like working on a project plus learning on your own, exploring things on your own makes you a perfect match for any good company to take you in, right? And that's what my journey was, right? So basically when I started learning new technologies as well, and धीरे धीरे करके यार, ठीक है, I landed up in Deloitte, right? So started from TCS, then I went to MX, American Express, and then I landed up in Deloitte, right? So that entire journey taught me one thing, that skill matters. Let me tell you, under educational qualification section of my resume, I mentioned, right, I'm a district topper in class 12. I'm engineering topper in my engineering, right? No one gives a shit about it. I'll tell you about software development या तुम consulting में तो क्या hot है आज के date में? AI, ML, data science, right, is something that people are looking out for. Blockchain is something people are looking out for, right? The cloud technologies are something like people are looking out for. But these are completely different kind of technologies, different kind of spheres. Now you decide, you research on your own, you see like what excites you, and based on that you can take up courses. You have ample of courses available. You have Udemy who is offering courses as cheap as a pizza or a burger. समझ रहे हो तुम? But वो कोई ले नहीं रहा है यार courses.
So
amazing courses है.
So another thing, you just mentioned a lot of technologies like AI, ML, and blockchain, etc., data science. So I see what I see in my colleges, people are directly jumping into these technologies right in their second year, maybe freshman year sometimes, and trying to pursue it in college. But we have to understand that these technologies are probably much more implementation based. You can learn on the go probably, and not working on their very basic skills which can build up their aptitude to understand these. For ML, you need extraordinary calculus skills. You need a lot of grasp on integration, etc. And for any other tech stack, you need the basic algorithms knowledge. You need data structures, etc. Which companies ask for freshers, right? Also, companies don't ask like directly working on ML modules, etc. Or they ask like a basic DS algo test and online coding round. They have it, you clear it, and you get a job. So by this sudden wave of consulting and this AI ML thing, people are focusing this. Freshers are focusing more on this. Not even freshers, people in their pre-final year, maybe second year and first year. So what should a guy do? Like learn how to code, learn basic aptitude skills, maybe DS algo skills, and get into a job. Then on the job learn, or maybe just work on these skills like in college. Like this kind of disproportionate, and it's creating classes in people. I am from AI ML, I do AI ML, and I'm from competitive coding, I'm from this, I'm from that. So an overall learning is very highly affected by this thought. And also there is a separate breed of people who focus on their GPA too much. So what do you think is the next extent? Till this extent it's okay, but above this it's an overkill, or maybe the higher the GPA it's important, like it's good to have. So what's the overall take?
So let me break it into three parts. So first thing is like people are getting into AI ML because वो काफी hot लग रहा है, right? People are talking about it. We have a lot of postgraduate programs, PGDM programs running for AI, ML, data science, right? So people are like going in that direction, right? मेरा क्या suggestion है? Let me tell you. मेरा ये suggestion है, तुमने बहुत अच्छा point बोला है. AI, ML और लोग क्या समझते हैं कि if I know Tableau, if I know Python, I know AI, ML. No, no, no. These are just a tool to implement something. What sits in the back end or what sits in the bottom is the mathematics behind it, right? So you have to develop that first. That is very important. So you first need to work on your basics. Statistics and probability is something, right, that you need to understand. Calculus is something that you need to understand before you're simply jumping onto it. Algorithm, data structures is something that everyone should learn. It will give you perspective. Okay, it will give you perspective in terms of how you can approach a problem. Maybe you can work for consulting, you can work for product-based companies. Still, any which field you want to go in a tech, right? Still, you should first start building your basics from the data structures, because it will give you the idea how to build onto the logic. So that is very important. Okay, let's move ahead to the next point, right? So मेरा take इस पे ये है कि सबसे पहले तुम अपने basics को अच्छा करो, ठीक है? Basics, when I say basics, is the basic mathematics. If you are going for AI, ML, data science, right? Mm-hmm. If you are going for cloud technologies, you need to understand the basics first, right? You need to understand the basics of networking. You need to understand the basic of servers and others, right? Other concepts as well. Mm-hmm. Then, if you are going for a coding-based company like that product company or a consulting, you need to start from DS and Algo. This is for everyone. DS Algo is very important, very important. Even if you are not from CS or IT and you aspire to be into a CS IT firm, right? Or like a IT firm or any product-based firm, consulting firm, tech consulting. So you need to understand, you need to study DS. That is very important. हो सकता है तुम्हें इंटरव्यूज में उतने लेवल तक नहीं पूछे, but still it is very important, right? It will give you perspective, it will take you very far. Coming on to the GPA thing now, right? So GPA again not at all matters. ठीक है, GPA उतना ही मैटर करता है, ठीक है? अगर if you are going for your MBA, if you are going for MS, then GPA matters. Again देखो, हर चीज का एक पर्सपेक्टिव है. तुम ऐसा नहीं कह सकते हो कि ये बहुत अच्छा है या ये बहुत ज्यादा बुरा है. Something is good and bad depends upon the reference from where you are looking at. ठीक है? So that is very important. For example, let me talk about a guy who is basically aspiring to do MS after BTech, right? So in that case, GPA matters a lot, right? उस केस में उसका GPA मैटर करेगा, because वहाँ पे वो पूरा कैलकुलेशन होता है based on your GPA, 10th, 12th, everything, right? तो वहाँ पे उसके लिए थोड़ा मैटर करता है. For a job, it doesn't matter till the time you are basically surpassing that cutoff mark of 7, 6.5, 7 CGPA at max. You are all good. ऐसा नहीं कि कोई 9 pointer लेकर बैठा हुआ है, 10 pointer लेकर बैठा हुआ है, 9.5 CGPA लेकर बैठा हुआ है, तो interviewer will give him more preference. No, not at all. If you have qualified, right? If you have qualified that cutoff mark, right? And you are sitting for the interview, everyone is similar. That completely depends on how you give your interview, how you drive the conversation. So, अगर मैं job के perspective से बात करूँ, it's only the cutoff that you need to meet, right? And you're all good. But if you talk about MS or a good B school like IIM Bangalore is something is somewhere where you find like this GPA का बहुत ज़्यादा importance, right? So that completely depends on perspective. That completely depends on what kind of a profile you are opting for in future.
So like, so you mentioned about the GPA thing. I would like to mention it right away. Ki a lot of people are not really sure, maybe in their second year, third year, what exactly it is that they want to do. Like you found your calling, you were initially preparing for PSU. That is completely different what you're doing right now. It's a whole together. Correct. And you found your calling after 2 years of working. Like college
yes,
maybe
exactly.
After 2 years of working. So what is the minimum threshold somebody should have in order to keep all his resorts open? Ki it's not very wise to shut a door completely for you. कि मुझे MS करना ही नहीं है, मुझे ये MBA करना ही नहीं है. So what is the minimum threshold somebody should have in order to keep all the options open? Yeah.
Numbers commit करना would not be a very good option here. But अगर तुम मेरे से numbers पूछोगे, right? So there used to be a term called distinction earlier, right? एक generation पहले होता था, so that was like 75% or so, right?
Okay.
So I would say like 75% is something if you're acing that, right?
Mhm.
If you are going beyond, like if you are at least scoring 75 or 7.5 GPA, that is well and good, right?
Okay.
But in case like you see like after a couple of years, like after spending 2-3 years in a college, if you feel like okay, you have to go for a job interview, you have to get into a job and all, then 6 or 7 CGPA is more than enough, right?
Okay.
And at the end of the day, like after 2 years, 3 years, if you see like okay, I need to go for my MS and all, then you can work a little bit harder in your last 2-3 semesters to basically increase your average rate of CGPA. You can get it somewhere around 8, and you're all good.
Okay. So
it is not like a 9 point and something is something that people are looking at. No.
Okay. So for like I guess what you're saying कि above 8 it's all सब बराबर है. So
सब बराबर है. In fact, above 7.5 सब बराबर है.
Okay. Yeah, 7.5 सब बराबर.
Everything is good. 7.5 and also like after 3 years, 2.5 years in your career, like in your college in engineering, if you felt like okay, I need to apply for jobs and all, 6.5 or 7 is more than enough. 7 is what people are looking out for, not more than 7. I have never seen companies basically demanding more than 7 CGPA or 70%. Okay. Never. So अगर तुमको 2 साल के बाद लगता है कि if you want to pursue a career in job and all, you need to sit for the interviews and all, okay, 7 CGPA is something that you need to work upon. But CGPA and these numbers does not at all matters at the end of the day. These numbers are simply numbers. ठीक है, at the end of the day skills matter. तुम 9 CGPA लेके 9.5 लेके बैठ जाओ, ठीक है, तुमने रट्टा मारा है बढ़िया इंजीनियरिंग में, ठीक है. मैं अब ये ऐसे बात कर रहा हूँ जैसे लोग समझते हैं, ठीक है. तुमने रट्टा मारा, तुमने CGPA लिया है, ठीक है, तुम CGPA लेकर आ रहे हो, वो CGPA will not at all matters. You will not be able to qualify any of the interviews. Let me tell you very frankly. ठीक है, एक दो जगह हो गया ना तो तुक्का ही लगेगा. Okay. ठीक है ना. तो skill is something. हाँ, this is very blunt, but we should understand this, right? मैं इसलिए bluntly बोल रहा हूँ because see, मैं ऐसे नहीं बोला जैसे I am telling the kids who are there in their second year, third year as a बड़ा भाई, as a big brother, I am telling them. ये fact है यार. अब मैं बहुत उसको सुगर कोट करके बताऊं, वो शुगर कोट कर दिया मैंने इसको, राइट? तो वो अच्छी चीज नहीं है, क्योंकि प्रैक्टिकलिटी में ना चीजें वैसे होती नहीं है. यू अंडरस्टैंड? मैं बोलूं कि सब कुछ बहुत अच्छा है, वैसा नहीं होता है. यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस थिंग, यू वर्क ऑन इट. ठीक है, 7 पॉइंटर भी आ रहा है ना, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. Until this you know your concepts well, you are all good. Let me tell you, no one is going to stop you in your life. No one. Things, चीजें क्या होती है, कभी किसी के लिए पहले हो जाती है, कभी किसी के लिए बाद में होती है, but it will happen eventually in case you are putting in your effort in the right direction. That is the key. That is the key. One should understand. I have been seeing people. I'll take one more minute just to finish my thought.
Yeah.
So I have been seeing many folks. Right. Let me tell you a very good example. Lot of folks from NITs and all are joining us. Right. Lot of folks in my company are basically joining right from the NITs, good colleges, right, IITs, and उसमें भी बहुत differentiation देखता हूँ मैं यार. ठीक है, मैं अब थोड़ा सा उसको narrow down नहीं करूँगा, just because I cannot speak those things on the over the call and on the YouTube itself. But the problem is what I have seen is like दो बंदे same college, बहुत सारा difference दिखेगा. ऐसा कैसे हो गया? समझ रहे हो? CGPA भी तुमको same दिख जाएगा. Okay. Both have the same CGPA, both have cleared the same company, both have joined as an analyst, right? And then तुमको दिखेगा बहुत difference in their work, right? In their capabilities. So this is something that comes from the effort that you actually put in. You're getting my point? Okay. And let me tell you, there was a guy who is from, I know him, right? I worked with him. He joined as a fresher from one of the colleges. He joined as an intern. He joined as an intern because he was not from a premier institute, so he did not get a direct offer from Deloitte, right? He joined as an intern. Amazing guy he is. Better than any folks from NIT. Okay. Amazing. I can trust on him blindly. So understand. So you can see such examples a lot, right? And he will grow in his career, like anything. Maybe he is an intern today, but he can grow faster than anyone else because he knows or he's putting in the effort in the right direction, right? And he loves what he does basically. So that is very important that one should understand. और जो भी सुन रहा है इसको, right? So please take it very seriously. तुम फर्स्ट ईयर में हो, सेकंड ईयर में हो, थर्ड ईयर में हो, और तुम फोर्थ ईयर में भी आ गए हो, तो प्लेसमेंट स्टार्ट हो रहे हैं, कुछ भी है, बट ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अगर अभी भी हम जाग जाएंगे ना यार, तो वो बोलते हैं ना, जब जाग जाओ तभी सवेरा है. दैट्स अ वेरी फैक्ट. एंड तुमने अगर स्टार्ट कर लिया एंड तुमने समझ लिया कि तुमको करना क्या है लाइफ में, ठीक है, it's not only about job or MB or MTech. If you want to pursue your career in art also, to understand this, कि तुमको ये करना है, you have this passion to follow. Kanishk, you are doing what you're loving right now. You are doing something which is very, very amazing. Like I felt very good when you reached out and I saw your interviews and all. So this is something you are doing. So इस लेवल से ना तुम्हारा maturity दिखता है. And understand one thing. Like when you are interviewing so many people from different perspectives, from different domains, different career levels, right? तुमको भी बहुत सारा कुछ पता चलता है, right? You need, exactly. That perspective basically makes you grow in your career, whatever career you opt for in future. But let me tell you, these interviews will make you go along. Basically, that will make you go a long way. Sorry, but तुम देखना और you will feel this thing, right? And that's the same thing I want to convey to all the folks who are listening here, that understand this thing. If what you want to do, maybe something might be good for me, but might not be good for you, because तुम उसके लिए नहीं बने हो यार. Simple and sorted. So you need to understand, you have to work in the right direction and success will follow. Success again has a different definition for different people. Okay. You also need to understand that. Find your success, work in that direction. Simple.
So I had this question I was putting on the roll call from a long time, that a lot of networking comes into play. कि this term has, कि अभी तो नया स्टार्ट हुआ है, कि पहले था कि college placement, that's it, कि people don't know about networking, but जब से ये off campus placement has took on a roll fire, this concept of networking, building your profile is also, caught some fire, so, and some attention as well. So what do you think is the importance of networking in the corporate context? Or that's pretty much it.
Right. So what I'll say here, so that's a very good question. So there are two parts of networking, I would say. One is before you start your corporate career, and one is after you land up in a job. Okay. So before you start, that also become a very good platform, I would say. So these days you see, like, there are a lot of platforms like LinkedIn and all, wherein basically you can build your network the way you are building, I would say, right? It's a very good thing. You're reaching out to people. Yeah, reaching out to people, you are getting their perspective in case you are building a relationship, right? So that may in some way or other will help you in the future as well. So that is very important. Building your profile is very important. Whatever you do, you basically write, you share it with the right audience, because till the time you do not share it, no one else is going to share it on behalf of you. Okay, so that is a very important thing. So sharing what you are doing or showcasing your work is very important. ये नहीं कि तुम साइलो में काम कर रहे हो and you're not sharing it with the people. How people are going to know about you, right? So if you let me take an example of a company. If you have heard about it, there's a company called ThoughtWorks, right? So if you basically go for an interview for that company, they will ask, like, whether you have any blogging site, do you have any website of your own, do you have a GitHub account of your own, ठीक है, या तुमने क्या कहते हैं उसको, open source contributions कितने करे हैं, how many open source contribution have you made, can you show us something, have you done any personal projects, or do you have something on your GitHub? Again, this comes, like, this is getting linked to the profile that you're building. Profile is not only that you build on LinkedIn, right, or any other job website, but also on different coding platforms as well. Like, for example, the CodeChef, Codeforces, these kind of profile also matters a lot. Like way है ना, through which you can showcase what you are good at, right? So that is very important. These days it is very important. So people are looking out for it, right? So it is very important. And networking, देखो, तुमने समझ लिया, that is the networking before you get into a job. And there's a networking once you get into a job, and that is that sits in the core of any consulting industry. I'm not very sure. I will not comment on the product-based companies or the industry. But let me comment on it from the consulting perspective. So networking lies at the heart of any consulting firm. be it Deloitte, PwC, EY, KPMG, Boston Consulting, anyone, right? It lies at the heart. But in India, we people have a problem. We take things in a different way. Networking means you should be known for your work. People will reach out to you for your work.
Okay.
That means, Kanishk, you have joined Deloitte, for example, right? You have been working on Python, okay? Data science projects, Python. So, and you have done exceptional work in some of the projects and initiatives. Now, because of your work, you are now being known across the board, not only by your manager, senior manager, or the MDs, but by the other MDs as well. So in future, if any new initiatives will come in Python, so they will reach out to you saying that, oh, Kanishk is a very good resource in Python and he has proved himself in past. That's the kind of networking I basically propose, or I basically prefer, I would say, or encourage, I would say, right? There's a different type of networking as well, when people want to make their bosses happy.
Okay.
Right? That should not be the networking you should basically aim for. Never. Okay. Make them happy with your work. That is very important.
Okay.
So make them feel your worth because you are good at something. So that is very important. So wo networking lies at the core of Deloitte. Deloitte mein networking is very important. People should know you. Right now, what happens is like TCS mein tumko batata hu. Let me tell you one example just to differentiate between the networking concept, how big it is in a consulting firm. So TCS, let's compare TCS with Deloitte, right? So TCS, when I used to work in one project, right? I used to work on the project. The project khatam ho gaya, it will be a wrap. I'll switch to some different project with a different client altogether, right? So it was like one project at a time. All sorted, everything is good, right?
Okay.
Here, I'm working on one project. I'm leading a couple of initiatives. Plus, I'm getting calls. I'm getting ping from other project managers, from other project leads to basically help them out on something which I am good at. So there are new requirements, new proposals which are coming up, right? And then people reach out to you based on your credibility on a particular technology. So for example, if I am good at Python, or suppose if I'm good at AWS, right? So people will reach out to me for any opportunities which are coming up for Python or AWS in future. They will come out to reach out to me for suggestions, right? So for example, we are basically writing a requirement for proposal RFP that we say like, in order to win any project, you need to first submit an RFP. For that kind of RFP, you need the required information, right, to be filled in a form of a PPT, right? So people will reach out to you based upon your skill set. तो वहाँ पे तो networking plays a very important role. उनको लोग कैसे reach out करेंगे? बताओ. When you have proved your worth, right? In the past, तुमने अपना worth दिखा रखा है. People know that you are good at something. Any new opportunities that they will get apart from the projects and the initiatives that you're leading or working on, they'll reach out to you and you have to support them as well. And that's how you diversify your profile, and that's how they also get benefited from you, and that's how the organization on and whole will grow. So that's a very important part. So that is something that we all need to strive for. And if we have been getting into this concept before we join any company, before we come to a corporate world, that will be like cherry on a cake, because तुमको पहले से पता है ना what is the funda. You have started building that network, so you will ace up this skill, right? You'll ace this skill once you are into the organization. So that is something which is a very important question, and you should focus on building your networking skills, right? That is very important. Different type of networking I talked about. One thing is like people networking. Second one is like showcasing your skill on various platforms. Showcasing is also very important, right?
Okay.
Take for example देता हूँ. Maybe if you want you can cut it, but this is very important example. I always give and I will write. ठीक है. Suppose there was a bug. The entire application was down, right? The entire production application was down. There was a bug. Now that bug was assigned to you. You started working on it, right? And you saw like there was a change in a single line of a code. Only a single line of a code, there was a change, right? And after changing that line, okay, the entire application got up, right? Now, what should you communicate in this case? Many people were there. It's a very simple work. I have changed one line of code and now it is working. No, you have to, and you have to share the impact of it. What was the impact? The entire application was down. The entire business was down. Now the entire you have made the entire business up and running now. Changing single line of code was your expertise. You do not share it with anyone.
Okay.
That is your expertise. You determined, right, that okay, this is the line where the issue is. But the issue with people is that what they say, like एक line code में तो there was an error with a single line of code. उसको ऐसे project करते हैं. See, understand the difference. अभी इसमें क्या लगना? अच्छा single line of code का difference, right? वहीं पे if you are saying I have made the entire application up and running, it creates a huge impact. So you should know how to communicate your impact. In a similar way, you should know how to showcase your work.
Okay.
एक line में code change करना was your skill, was your expertise, right?
Okay.
But वो तुम थोड़ी बताओगे. तुम क्या बताओगे? You should communicate the impact that you have created, because it is the impact that matters. That is very important. One should know, and everyone should know. And that is where this building your entire profile comes into picture. Right? Whatever you are doing, you showcase the right thing with the right impact.
Okay. Sure, sir. Definitely, I'll wrap all my questions streak slow. But now I have a question. Ki a lot of people in undergrad probably have to choose their career at some point of time. So what they go with is either money, either work-life balance. Okay, I'm going to cut 1 second. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, that is fine.
Bro, एक मिनट थोड़ा शांति रखना. तो so a lot of people choose their career on the basis of compensations, monetary compensations, maybe work-life balance. Work-life balance is the key point here, because as you mentioned, consulting it's very cutting edge. Work-life balance is not that great, and some jobs might pay a lot. Work-life balance is also great, and the ultimate thing I want to talk about is the government job sector. A lot of people opt for not going into these technical roles or maybe product-based companies just because maybe the private sector in the whole कि काम बहुत कराते हैं, पैसे भी नहीं देते हैं, job का उतना guarantee नहीं है. So how do you think this choice should be made? Because what element should have a say at this point of time? कि go with the flow कि सब कर रहे हैं, सरकारी नौकरी is good, कि stability है, काम भी कम रहता है. This is also a valid school of thought. After a lot of talking to a lot of people, this is also this is not totally absurd. कि लोग सोचते हैं, a lot of people think about it. So what are the elements that should play a key role in choosing your trajectory, and what elements should have a say? That's pretty much it.
Okay. So you talked about work-life balance, right? So let me ask you one question, right? What do you think, right? Having a bad work-life balance is good or bad?
I get, for me, it's like I can get time for whatever I want to do. That's pretty much it.
Exactly. So that's the point, right? You need to understand. For example, right now we have a set standard in every corporate company or every firm that you have to work for 8 hours or 9 hours a day, and people are fine working 8 hours or 9 hours a day, right? And sometimes when they have to work for 10 hours or 11 hours, depending upon the requirement of the project, they say like my work-life balance is not that good, right? But we need to understand, and it completely depends on person to person as well, right? We need to understand how much time you need for yourself. If you're getting that time, even after devoting like 10 hours a day, you're good, right? If you're not getting that time, even after devoting 8 hours, then your work-life balance is not so good. So that is a matter of perspective. Again, the responsibilities, the kind of scenarios that every individual is the kind of scenario every individual is in is completely different. So this work-life balance also varies from person to person, right? But what I would say, like, work-life balance is very important, but we should not calculate it with the number of hours.
It cannot be quantified.
Balance is not, it cannot be quantified. Yeah, ऐसा भी हो सकता है ना Kanishk, like you're only working for 4 hours or 5 hours a day, but your job for 4 hours or 5 hours of a job is extremely mentally tiring, or the environment you are working in is not at all welcoming.
Very toxic,
right?
Yeah.
So तुमको तुम्हारे लिए 4-5 घंटे का काम is like a so तुम्हारे लिए it's like 4-5 hours of work is like a not so good work-life balance. I think, right? They cannot compensate on the money, right? At the end of the day, how good the work they are doing or how good the work they are getting, if they are not being paid well, if they are not being, if they are not able to take care of their family itself, they are not satisfied at the end of the day. So that depends. But if there might be some people for whom the money does not matter at all, right? Or to that extent, right? So that is again a matter of perspective and can varies from person to person. But there is one thing that sits at the core is something we should do that should excite you, right? If money excites you, go for money as well. That's a fact.
Okay. I guess.
ज्ञान वाली बात नहीं करूँगा, ठीक है? ज्ञान वाली बात नहीं है. अगर तुमको मनी अच्छा लग रहा है, that excites you, that motivates you to work hard, then go for money as well. Okay. If work-life balance excites you more, but then you should go for work-life balance more, right? But देखो, अगर तुम मेरे से पूछोगे, it has to be a balance of everything. Okay. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि you are earning a lot, but you do not have time for your family. And you have all the time in your if you have all the time in the world for your family, but you do not have a job.
Okay.
That will also not work. You'll get demotivated, frustrated at some point in time. So the balance is very important, right?
Okay.
So that is something one should strive for. And अगर हम कॉलेज में हैं, अभी स्टार्टिंग कर रहे हैं, right? तो अभी तो तुम देखो कि जो तुमको एक्साइट कर रहा है, whatever is exciting you, whatever is something, whatever is aligned with your goals or career opportunities, you should go for it. ज़्यादा पैसा and other thing like पैसा and others, you do not worry about those, right? At the very beginning, you should land up in a correct job so that if you are at a place which you love to be in, right? तो चीजें बाकी things will start following you. That is not an issue.
Okay. So
that is something which I would say people should strive for, is the thing that they are wanting to do in their life. You should go for that.
Sure, sir. So I guess
एक part रह गया. Sorry, okay. I'll cut you in between. But for the government jobs as well, you mentioned about the government jobs, right? Many people strive for government job. Okay, that also depends कि तुम government job क्यों करना चाहते हो. That is very important, right? तुमको ये पता है many of the people why they want to be into a government job कि मेरी life set हो गई है.
Yeah.
If you are thinking of getting settled at the age of 22 and 23, that's a serious concern, bro. That's a serious concern.
It's a national
right?
concern.
If you are thinking of getting settled in the age of 22 and 23, where you can do wonders, working hard, right? So, अगर तुम्हारा aim ये है कि मैं government job में जाकर, I need to work for the people, I need to work for the society, you should definitely go for it. But the aim should be clear. Settle नहीं होना चाहिए यार. 22-23 साल में settle नहीं होते हैं. कोई नहीं होता settle. ठीक है, ये कभी नहीं करना. We Indians have this very wrong mentality, and that's where we are lagging behind. These are very bitter truths, man. But that's a fact. We should understand this thing, right? तो settle नहीं होने का सोच रहा है. Whatsoever career path you want to choose, you choose it for a right reason. That is very important. तुमने गवर्नमेंट जॉब करना है, करो यार, बट यू हैव टू सपोर्ट योर सोसाइटी, यू हैव टू थिंक ऑफ द बेटरमेंट ऑफ द सोसाइटी. दैट इज समथिंग दैट यू शुड ऑब्वियसली स्ट्राइव. उससे अच्छा जॉब तो कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता इफ यू आर वर्किंग फॉर अ सोसाइटी. इफ यू आर वर्किंग फॉर अ कंट्री, नथिंग इज बेटर देन दैट, नथिंग. बट तो सेटल होना नहीं चाहिए, बिल्कुल नहीं. सो दैट इज समथिंग आई वुड रिकमेंड. आईटी सेक्टर चूज करना है, आईटी करो. एमबीए करना है, एमबीए करो. एमएस करना है, एमएस करो. गवर्नमेंट जॉब करना है, गवर्नमेंट जॉब करो. बट do not think of getting settled in life so early. ठीक है? You can plan your retirement later, right? Let's focus on the work. Let's focus on the betterment of the society, betterment of the people with whom you are working, with whom you are living together, right? So that is very important, I would say, and I would encourage everyone to strive for this one. That's a humble request with it. That's a humble request for everyone, right? Whosoever is watching this, so that's a humble request, guys. Do not think of getting settled at this age, right? Okay. Think of doing something exceptional. You can also think of building your own startups and everything, right? We have this strong backup or like strong foundation of cloud technologies, right? You do not need to buy infrastructure in order to host an application. Simple. You have the application ready, you can host it the another minute or another hour, you can say, right?
Yeah.
So you can think of building new ideas, you can think of having new ideas, you can think of bringing in more business. So that is what you should think of rather than getting settled at the age of 22, 23. No.
Okay. So yes, sir, definitely. I guess like all these aspects which anyone should know in their college life are already being covered. So
Yeah.
I don't think we've missed anything. If you feel like we missed anything, I'd like you to cover that. Also, just one last note to any of the second to third year students who might be listening to this thing and कि ये सब सुन लिया, the information ले लिया इतना सारा तो what should be our game plan? अब हमें क्या करना है?
So I think you rightly mentioned, Kanish, like we have covered I think everything. We have covered every aspects, right? One should look out for. But I would request every kid who is basically listening to this one, right? Who is just starting with their engineering or who is in the middle of their undergrad, not only engineering, any other graduation stream as well, right? That you should understand, you should evaluate yourself, self-introspect karo, right? That is very important, right? Understand what do you want, and it might also change. It is not like you want something today and it might change also after 1 year. Happened with me as well, right?
Yeah.
It can happen with you as well, but you understand like you can like two to three things as well at the same time. That is also fine. But you should understand that what you love to do, what you aspire to become, and strive in that direction. ठीक है, तुम किसी भी year में हो, that doesn't matter. किसी भी stream से हो, that doesn't matter, right? Nothing matters. What matters is how you think, what you strive for, how passionate you are, right, in your life, and your zeal to learn, right?
Okay.
So that is something everyone should look out for, and then success is something that will follow, right? Okay. And success will be different for different people, but that will definitely follow for everyone. And do not get disheartened that you did not land up in a very good college. Doesn't matter. We have a lot of examples, right, around us. So do not get disheartened. जो हो गया वो हो गया है, but you have to make your future better, right? And you can do it. So वो सब कोई भी तुम्हारे लिए stepping stone नहीं होगा. Let me tell you, I can tell you from my experience, right? So that is something everyone should strive for, and just strive for the betterment, just strive for the growth, just strive for the learning. That is very important.
Sure, sir. So that's pretty much it. And so what is the experience in this podcast? I just lost the track. So thank you for everything. And what was your experience in this podcast, and like how did you like it? What aspects of it did you like?
So basically, let me tell you, Kanish, right? I think I mentioned it earlier as well, right? When I was talking to you, the thing that you're doing is very, very exciting to me, at least, right? And I'm pretty sure that others will also like it very much.
Okay, I guess.
The level of maturity that you are showing at this age is exceptional.
I'm
not saying this in front. Yeah. No. I'm not saying this because I'm talking to you.
Okay.
And that's where I encourage everyone that you should find your own way of making yourself happy and strive in that direction. So podcast, amazing thing. बहुत अच्छा experience था. I have been doing it for the very first time. ठीक है.
Okay.
So it might not be very professional, right? हो सकता है कि मैं बहुत ना professional नहीं हूँ जितना हो सकता है. There might be very, very experienced speakers might also have come in your channel, right? So, but what I saw is that through these podcasts, right, that you are doing, you are making sure that people who are basically struggling, right, they are getting a right path. At least they can get some direction. They can get some hope that though I'm not at the wrong path, I still can do better. And वो बस इतना जग गया ना अंदर, right? And जो तुम कर रहे हो, that is a very good thing. Let me tell you, if it is reaching masses, all right, people are just thinking, okay, I can do something. The world is not over for me yet. By seeing these podcasts, right, they are all sorted, right? उनके लिए बहुत help होगा, ठीक है?
Okay.
So मेरा experience, if you ask, amazing experience. I've already told you in the middle of the interview as well. Yes. So that's a personal experience as well, and the kind of maturity that you have shown, right? I really liked it, man.
Okay. Okay.
So
I guess
keep up the good work, right?
this is a really long answer.
Way to go. Yeah, way to go. But yeah, because really long appreciation, I would say, right, to you. But really, really loved it. Loved to be a part of this one, and wishing you all the success for your all the future endeavors, right? So all the best.
Okay. Yeah, thank you everyone for listening to us, and it'll be great if you put mind leaving your comments. I'll share it with sir if you have to ask anything in specific, and that'll be great. So thank you, sir. Thank you for lending us your time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I'll just
Thank you.
end the recording.